Hey everyone, welcome to Indie Drop. Here is your news for this week. So remember last week when I talked about Kingdom 2 Crowns and that little portrait? Well, we got something from Raw Fury this week saying that we have a release date for Kingdom 2 Crowns on December 11th of this year. The new Shogun era campaign was revealed as well. The first of more new settings coming to Kingdom. Guys, Kingdom is what some people might say a horse riding sim and this one is different too because you can play couch co-op or online co-op from what I understand as well, which is pretty dope because if you've ever played Kingdom or if you're curious about Kingdom, like I said, it's a horse riding simulator where you play as an emperor or monarch, I guess is what they call them too, but you basically build a kingdom. And it's side-scrolling, and you hire on, like, archers, fighters, shinobi, I think in this case is what it would be. But, man, oh man, I'm going to show you this trailer. I'm not going to play any sound, just so you get an idea of exactly what Kingdom is all about and what it looks like. Very pixel art heavy, almost kind of melancholy in a way as well, where it just seems really dark and dreary, but the premise, again, is basically to build up your kingdom and protect your kingdom from these enemies that are trying, well, I guess they're like greed or something like that. They're named the Greed or something, but very greedy beings. And, yeah, they're trying to basically strip you of your kingdom. They're trying to strip you of that crown, more or less. So very, very cool. Very excited to see this come out on December 11th, and especially because I can play it with some of my friends now. Underwater adventure game Abzu is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Comes by way of Engadget. This will be available November 29th for $20. So if you love exploration-based games, this game I've played on PS4, and wow, it is stunning. You obviously traverse underwater as a scuba diver, and the atmosphere, you have a very vast and open atmosphere underwater. Like they say, a beautiful game unlike anything else. It's very true, I would say. And one thing to keep in mind here for Abzu is it has an amazing soundtrack done by Austin Wintory. He's done a handful of other great soundtracks for games such as Journey, Pode, even, a game that I reviewed. But Abzu is finally making its way over to Nintendo Switch on the 29th, and you should definitely pick that up or pre-order it, especially because you can save 10% by pre-ordering it. Blazing Chrome launches for PS4, Switch, and PC in early 2019. Joy Masher announced that it was coming to PS4, Switch, and PC early 2019. Blazing Chrome is a Contra-like, I guess you could say. The key features are there's local and remote co-op gameplay, 16-bit post-apocalyptic environments, classic fast-paced run-and-gun experience, epic boss battles, and crazy lot, mini-bosses, fights, genuine arcade feel, motorcycle and jetpack action, rad pixel art. And I would have to say, there is some really rad pixel art in Blazing Chrome. Very hardcore. This is a very hardcore game, so for those of you that love a challenge, very much like Contra, like I could never play this game, to be honest, because I would get so frustrated. But the upside is you can play with a friend. It is co-op and much needed on the Switch, as I feel there aren't many games like this for the Switch as far as like co-ops that really invest or really kind of get both players involved. So very arcadey, very, very cool. Blazing Chrome, again, coming early 2019. An actual date still yet to be released, but just know that's probably like January, February, March, something like that. But very, very cool nonetheless. On to our next little bit here, and actually this is the final bit of news that I have, just because I'm actually going to separate my Kickstarter from the news. So just because I feel like news needs to be its own thing and Kickstarters need to be their own thing, I would like to focus more time into the Kickstarters, as I feel as though they deserve more time. But anyway, the Game Awards are vastly approaching, and they have nominees for Best Independent Game for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So, a little bit about these games. Celeste by Matt Makes Games. Help Madeline survive her inner demons on her journey to the top of Celeste Mountain in this super tight platformer from the creators of Towerfall. Again, Matt Makes Games. Brave hundreds of handcrafted challenges, uncover devious secrets, and piece together the mystery of the mountain. So there's one of your nominees. The next one is Dead Cells. Who would have thunk that? By Motion Twin. Dead Cells was released on August 6th. Actually, I forgot to mention that. Celeste was released January 25th. Dead Cells released August 6th of 2018, or of this year. Of course, all of this is for this year, so I don't know why I say 2018. Dead Cells is a roguelite, Metroidvania-inspired action platformer. You'll explore a sprawling, ever-changing castle, assuming you're able to fight your way past its keepers in 2D Souls-like combat. No checkpoints. Kill, die, learn, repeat. I have a buddy that plays the heck out of this game. Dace at Stonebeak. I'm looking right at you because I know you love this game. On to our next nominee here. Into the Breach by Subset Games. Into the Breach was released February 27th of this year. Control powerful mechs from the future to defeat an alien threat. Each attempt to save the world presents a new randomly generated challenge in this turn-based strategy game. Our next one here is Return of the Obra Dinn. Return of the Obra Dinn was released October 18th, developed by 3909 LLC. Return of the Obra Dinn is a first-person mystery adventure based on exploration and logical deduction. What's really interesting here is because it was released October 18th of this year, that means it's only been out for a month and it's a nominee for the Game Awards. That's gotta tell you something there, that this game has only been out for a month, but its outstanding reviews must have really done it in. So definitely check that out if you are interested in exploration and logical deduction. And finally, we have The Messenger by Sabotage Studios. The Messenger was released on August 30th of this year. As a demon army besieges his village, a young ninja ventures through a cursed world to deliver a scroll paramount to his clan's survival. What begins as a classic action platformer soon unravels into an expansive time-traveling adventure full of thrills, surprises, and humor. So there you have it. You have your 5 nominees for the Game Awards. I definitely advise you to go vote for one of these games. And not to mention, actually, let me go to the top of this list here. Celeste is actually a nominee for Game of the Year as well, which is fantastic. So, I know it's up against a lot of these heavy hitters here: Red Dead Redemption, Monster Hunter World, Marvel's Spider-Man, God of War, and Assassin's Creed Odyssey. If you really thoroughly enjoyed Celeste, I definitely advise you to go vote for that Game of the Year. So that'll wrap up this week's news. I thank you so much for joining me. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment on some of these bits of news if you felt like something spoke out to you, especially like the Game Awards. Be sure to tell me what you'd be voting for as an independent game. I am undecided yet. I don't really know. To be honest, I hadn't played any of the nominees, which is not really good in my case. Maybe I should definitely pick one of those up before I vote. But either way, I definitely advise you to go do that for sure. And yeah, thanks again for joining me. We'll catch you next week.